The Friday Vibe on WNUT.
Afternoon, everybody. It's Brandon here in the WNUT studios, hanging out, having a good time, enjoying the fact that the weekend is just about here. And hey, if you're wondering what the Friday Vibe is, that's what it's all about. If you go back and you listen to WNUT episode 28, we did an entire episode called Friday Vibin'. The Friday Vibe was born out of that, man. We had some great feedback about episode 28, so we decided, why don't we just do a weekly segment called the Friday Vibe and bring you a track every week that has that Friday energy, man. Brings you into your weekend with a little pep in your step, feeling good, ready for the whole shit. So that's what the Friday Vibe is. Today I'm going to talk to you about an artist named Andrew WK. And in fact, we mentioned him and played a song from him on the Friday Vibin' episode number 28. So go back and listen to that. There's a really cool story attached to that where I was supposed to have dinner with him in New York City one night when I was doing video for him back in the day. And he didn't make that date because Jim Steinman, Meatloaf's longtime career collaborator and songwriter, actually swooped in, took Andrew WK to dinner right out from under me. And sadly, that collaboration never did see the light of day. But hey, I told the whole story on WNUT episode 28. Check that out. And I also played a really great song from his latest album on there. I'm going to do that again. His latest album is called God is Partying. I've got another track from that one today, but before I get into it, man, look, Andrew WK, it's hard to give you kind of a career summary for this guy because part of the performance art that is Andrew WK is telling this confusing career narrative where he introduces these like mythical figures and then acts like it was all a ruse, and then he pretends that, something didn't happen later, or that maybe he's not himself and he's been replaced by an imposter who's been hired to portray him. It sounds like I'm just making shit up, but this is really kind of what he's done throughout the last 20 years of his career. Look up Steve Mike, which is actually spelled STEEVMIKE, Steve Mike. There, you can go down a whole rabbit hole with Andrew WK. So it's hard to kind of say, here's how he started. Here's, what broke him. Here's what's happened since Party Hard. You can't really, because Andrew WK has made it his mission in life to confuse a lot of that. So all I can really say is I think the world got their first look at him in 2002 when the I Get Wet album blew up all over MTV and hard rock radio. Party Hard was a big hit. She Is Beautiful was almost as big a hit. The Jackass movie had We Want Fun. That was a massive hit. That career has kept rolling with album after album through the years. And again, Andrew is not a guy who plays by other people's rules. If he wants to put out an album of rock and roll covers from the Japanese Gundam series, that's what he's going to do. And in fact, he's done that. If he wants to put out an album of just kind of avant-garde piano instrumentals, he's going to do that. And in fact, he has done that. If he wants to get together with like a DJ and put out a mixtape, he'll do that. And he has done that. But his most recent album is called God is Partying. It came out in 2021 on Napalm Records, and I am actually a very big fan of this one. I have always bought Andrew's stuff and kept up with what he's been doing over the years. This one really grabbed me all over again the way his breakthrough in 2002 did. And I said on episode 28 of WNUT, I feel like this is probably the closest thing we would get to what that collaboration with Jim Steinman would have sounded like. It's a grandiose record. There's a lot of rock and roll bombast on it. But I want to focus today on a song called Not Anymore. This is a song that originally surfaced on an EP that he put out in Japan in 2011 called the Party All Goddamn Night EP. At that time, this song was called I Sold My Soul. And just, the title alone kind of lent it a connotation that just kind of gave it a darker mood to it. It was almost like a regretful or a wistful sort of thing hidden in a song that the sound you're about to hear is still very much what that song sounded like 12 years ago. But like I said, the lyrical context just kind of hung over it like a dark cloud. So what he did when he re-recorded it a couple of years ago for God is Partying is, in my opinion, I think he corrected what was wrong with the song. He turned it into sort of an anthem about reinvention and, facing the world anew and deciding that the things that plagued you or held you back weren't going to do that anymore. And so now the song is as it should be, in my humble opinion, and probably Andrew's as well. Not that I can speak for the man, because honestly, who can? But today, we're going to sit back and listen to Not Anymore from Andrew WK's God is Partying album right here on the Friday Vibe on WNUT.